Good morning, guys. It is Sunday and I had so much fun vlogging yesterday and so much fun editing the vlog, so we're gonna do another day. I have spent the first couple of hours just kind of playing with my iPad, doing a little bit of stitching. I had pretty bad migraine yesterday to the degree that I was nauseous, so I had a very hard time sleeping or falling asleep. I went to bed around 10 and I think I finally got to sleep at 12 or something. So I'm gonna stay off the mulled wine. I think it is the mulled wine because I know that wine as a whole have a tendency to trigger my migraines, and I haven't had anything wine related for years. I even haven't had mulled wine for 2 or 3 years, so yeah, that's the thing. So I think it is the mulled wine, even though I'm drinking so small amounts, it still triggered my migraines. So I'm gonna stay away from that. But yeah, we are about to head out. We're getting ready, get some clothes on us, and we're gonna go to Hornbach to look for like little cupboards and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna take you with me. But good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Hi guys, so I'm about to head to bed. It is evening, but before I go to bed, let's go through the day because the last you saw was Christmas stuff. We did go purchase a couple of Christmas stuff in there. There was actually very little people in the store overall. There were a little bit more people just around the Christmas stuff because there were hardly any Christmas stuff. So there were people were congregating a little bit more. We were wearing masks. Most people in Sweden don't, so yeah, but we were because we were good. But yeah, we picked up a couple of things. We didn't get the shelving units that we were going to get because we realized when we got there and started looking at it that we need third measurement. We had a lot of other measurements, we didn't have that one, so we have to get that measurement so that we are able to put everything up like we want them to. So yeah, but we did pick up we pick up light bulbs to our office, and they're super bright and super white. We'll see if that is what we want. Like I've been talking with you guys that, well, we should have like daylight bulbs in every bulb, so it's much easier with light grading. This light that I'm sitting in right now is not daylight bulbs, they're just ordinary bulbs. It's just that my camera actually can kind of get the temperature right if all of the lights around here have the same one. But we got the daylight bulbs. They might be a little bit too white or a little bit too bright because they were really bright. We went higher also in brightness, like, yeah, lumen I think they call it. We went from like 200 to 400 lumen. That makes a lot of light, yeah. Then we got some Christmas baubles. I'm gonna try to move it as little bit as possible, but this one is a kind of a set. Don't know if we're gonna use this. We have a tendency not to use a topper because they're hard to get on the tree. But this one has circle baubles that are this shiny metallic. These are plastic baubles, by the way. Very good to have when you have kitties. Also, I'm kind of a klutz, so plastic bubbles are really good when you have me. We have this kind of matte version and the glitter versions. Then we have these little pine cones. We also have stars. I don't know, they're star ones. So yeah, the stars come at least in glitter and in matte. I do not know if they come in if they're shiny also, like the metallic ones, because I couldn't see one in that. But at least glitter and yeah. So we have more bubbles. We're gonna go for more of a like reddish golden tone. These are more copper, but that might be okay too. I also picked up a couple of like singular things. These trees, they're very glittery, so I have golden glitter on everything right now, especially in my jacket that I put them in, because I put them in my jacket pocket when we went up. And they have these little clamps, so you just clamp now on the tree and you have trees in the tree. And I thought that was so cute. So I have 3 of these. They were 14.90 Swedish, so about 15 Swedish, which is about $1.50 or something around there. So $1, between $1 and $1.50. So yeah, they were pretty cute. So that was what we picked up there. We did go to the grocery store close by. It was very like there were no really cars on the parking lot, so we decided we're gonna go there and pick up milk because we were running out of milk. And Christopher actually got to pick up a whole bunch of frozen food that he wanted, so that was good. And then we stopped by McDonald's. I know I shouldn't eat burgers, I should just eat my diet stuff, but sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit of a break. So I had a big tasty burger with gluten-free bun, no mayo, like no sauce, white sauce, and it was pretty okay. I think Big Tasty is one of the ones that are better. I actually went online and checked the calories, and the McDonald's, a little Swedish McDonald's, had the possibility to go in and look at the burger, but also you could look at nutrition things by if you could remove a couple of things and add a couple of things. I wasn't able to like replace the bread in this specific one. I just think that probably have about the same calories whether or not they're gluten-free. But removing the mayo and that burger was about 606 calories. That's a lot of calories from a burger, but it did actually keep me all the way to dinner. For dinner we had stew, kalops. Basically what it is we cut meat into about 1-inch squares. We pan fry them on each side, not to get it completely like fried all through, but just to get that outside that helps keeping the juiciness in the meat. Then we add that together with some gluten-free flour, and you just move that around, pour water and meat stock. We have 2 different ones because they have different kind of taste, so together they actually get very round, very nice taste. And then we had bay leaf and these little peppercorns. They look like black pepper, but they aren't black pepper. They're like a spicy version. They have much rounder taste. It's actually used a lot in Christmas baking, at least here in Sweden. I don't remember what it's called. That is why you get the explanation. And then we had roots. We had carrots. And then we had something that in Swedish is called palsternacka. which I know that word of, but I just can't get it in my head. It's like an oversized yellow carrot in how it looks if you buy it in store. So see if I can remember that. And we take about one piece that is this big of that, because that can very easily overtake the rest of the stew. And then we take about half a kilo of carrots that we then just slice into like coins, and we put them in, make sure that the bigger root is in about the same sizes. The carrots and those roots are put in about an hour and when it's just an hour left of the cooking, and we cook it for about 4 to 5 hours, depends. So today I think we were done at 1:30, somewhere around there, when the stew actually started cooking, and we ate at 6, so about 4.5 hours. But yeah, that was good. And then I also baked, because I shouldn't bake, it's not good for my weight, but I think I saw someone on YouTube that went to Red Lobster, and we were at Red Lobster when we went to the US the last time. And we've been to Red Lobster a couple of times. I must say, this specific one that we went to, not the best one. I think it was more like a place, it was more bar than restaurant, or it might just have been our timing. I think we went there at 3 or 4 in the afternoon for dinner, and the only patronage there was people actually drinking. Yeah, also they had to replace my piece of meat, because the meat I got had some kind of thing, right? Yeah, it wasn't really good, that. But now we're getting to it. They serve these like garlic cheese scones. That's the only I can describe them. Biscuits is probably what they're called, but we don't have biscuits in Sweden, so that kind of biscuits anyhow. But they're like these little domes that are cheese filled. Like they have mixed the dough with cheese, and then there's a lot of garlic in them, and they're so good. So I just like, I need to do these. I need to try them out. So I went online, I looked for a couple of recipes, and I ended up bringing a couple of them together, because I have no clue what buttermilk is. And we're gonna start there. I never had buttermilk. I don't know what it is. I heard you can make it yourself, but I don't know. I have no clue. The two different recipes, one called for buttermilk, one called for ordinary milk. The one that called for ordinary milk, however, also called for some kind of spice mix that we don't have here in Sweden. I have no clue what it is even. So I just merged those two. They actually had about the same dimension for some of the things. So I basically just took the one with buttermilk, almost straight off, change a little bit spice wise, and it worked out good. They were awesome. Had about one full. The recipe that I was following there, yeah, the other one, the one with the old spice, also asked you to work in a mixer. We don't have a mixer. So instead, the other recipe called for you to melt the butter and then whip it into your milk and then use that liquid. So I did that with ordinary milk instead of the buttermilk. The other thing I changed was the butter that I had was salted. The butter that was supposed to be in the recipe wasn't salted, so I just didn't add any other salt. and that actually worked out great. The cheese I used, now I replaced everything. The cheese I used was actually quite a mild cheese, because cheddar in the US and cheddar in Sweden are two different things. Really different things. So we don't get that orange cheddar, and I know that there's like orange sharp cheddar in it, and we don't have orange cheese in Sweden, not that kind anyhow. So I just used a cheese that we already had, that we have for when we have bolognese or tacos or something like that. I mixed all of the stuff together. I can link the recipes in the description so you can find them and try them if you want to. But they have garlic powder in them, and then butter, and then I had gluten-free. I also replaced the flour with gluten-free flour. You hear, I remove and replace everything. I haven't baked in so many years, but these came out really, really good. They were so good. The dosage was about a quarter of a cup, which I think was a little bit big. Me and Christopher actually shared 2. So we started with 1 that was split in 2, and that was a really good size. However, they were so good, so we shared another. So basically ate 1 full of those. They were like this big. They were really good. And if you're wondering why, well, you might see the reason why the table is shaking, because you're on my little table, is that Gizmo is kind of pushing his face like this against the table. But yeah, that has been my afternoon. I did some coloring too, cut those down and made a card. I have been working on this card video for about a week now. I don't know, I just haven't had the energy to finish off everything, and I'm a little bit tired, a little bit like emotionally tired, a little bit fatigued, and it's hard to find the creativity then, and then I get just stuck playing on my iPad, which is also fun, but yeah, tired. Yeah. Do you want to see Gizmo? Mommy's gonna show you. This is Gizmo. You've seen Gizmo before. Hi. He's cute, right? Yeah, Gizmo's a biggie. I'm not supposed to lift him. He's this 6 kilo cat, and I'm not supposed to lift anything that weighs over 5 kilos for 2 months after the surgery. But I don't lift him from the floor. I just lift him like small pieces, so that's kind of think it's okay, because I don't think it's strained that much. I think it's the like carrying things. But yeah, and yeah, this is his way of cuddling, and then he puts his nose in and you get all wet. I don't know, have you already? No, he hasn't gotten me wet, but he drools when he does that. Leia does it too. She can sit on my table and I can cuddle with her, and then there's a little pool on the table. Yeah, look at him. He sits in my lap. He basically actually sits on his bum in my lap. He's super adorable. Look. Look, he's like sitting down. But yeah, I was supposed to go to bed like half an hour ago, so I should really do that and give food to these little babies, because they get food at night. I know, his name is Gizmo, and it's very stupid giving them food at night when they're Gizmo. You never know, he might become... No, it's when you pour water on them that he gets multiple. It's when you feed them they get mean. Yeah. Well, good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bug